So I've done a couple videos talking about Texas saying they're going to redistrict and get rid of 4 or 5 Democrat-leaning seats, and California coming back and saying, well, if you do that, we're going to get rid of about the same number of Republican-leaning seats. And this has led to a whole conversation about gerrymandering. And I'm seeing a lot of people getting what gerrymandering means wrong. So I'm going to try to explain it as best I can and try to clear up a little bit of that confusion. Gerrymandering does not mean squiggly districts. I know we've all seen the maps of differing states and their districts, and it literally looks like somebody held a pen straight down on the map and somebody shook the table underneath them to figure out what this district is going to be like. That is not a gerrymandered district necessarily, just by the shape. A gerrymandered district is when you are trying to make it so a certain group of people are either all lumped together or that they are cut out of their one area together and that they are spread apart so they can't vote together and they don't have as much say. For example, if you have a city that votes 75% Democratic and you've got 4 representative districts in your state, they may come through and gerrymander that city and split the city into 4 quarters, each quarter of the city going into a different district. And now that Democratic city, instead of maybe voting together and getting 1 Democratic seat, now they have maybe no seats because the Republicans have cut it out and they have dispersed it enough that they don't have the same voting power. That's one of the things they can do. It also comes with minority populations. Sometimes they will try to draw as weird of district as they can to loop all minorities together to give them 1 seat. Other states try to do it so that they spread them as thin as they possibly can so they may not get a minority representative. I've seen it go both ways. That's what gerrymandering is. It doesn't necessarily matter about what the shape of the district is. And for places like Illinois, where they're talking about how Illinois is so gerrymandered because there's like 8 districts in Chicago, that's because that's where the people are. Once again, we talk about it all the time. Land doesn't vote. Just because you have big areas of land that lean one way, if there are no people there, and by no people, I mean comparatively. If you have, like I think it's in Illinois, there's like 9 million of the 12 million people are in the Chicagoland area. You have 3 million spread across the rest of the state. Comparatively, there are no people compared to Chicago. That's what we mean. That is more what gerrymandering is. It is not just because the lines are screwed up. It's about trying to affect which way people are represented in Congress.